Hey, thanks for coming back, visiting the Odd Rod Garage. We're sure glad you guys spent time with us. You know, sometimes you stumble onto a honey hole that's just absolutely incredible. My wife and I are up visiting my parents. We came across a little yard. I've seen it before, but I'm walking through it this morning. They don't know I am, so shh, be quiet. Anyway, stuff that this guy has is incredible. Now, they claim most of it's not for sale, but boy, I'm sure going to try. Check this stuff out. Split window Volkswagen bus. Insane. Probably 63, 65, 66 because of the blinker. But let me walk you through this thing. Alright, so I'm just going to show you some of the highlights. There's parts all over the place. I won't go through all that, but straight axle Toyota 4-wheel drive pickup truck. Toyota guys go crazy for the straight axle trucks, and those are both straight axles, and actually look to be very buildable. These things, they're 4 doors, they're Coronas, Toyota Coronas, probably 69s, 68, 67, 69, something like that. Really cool cars. Have a little bit of rust in them, some dents and dings, but between the two of them, you could so easily make one really good one. Now, I think they're different years, because if you look at the bumper on that one compared to the bumper on that one, they're definitely different years. But I would bet doors would interchange if you wanted to go with the older of the two, which I would bet is that one. Hold on, can you hear that? Hold on. You hear that? That's elk. This place is full of elk. Anyway, this is a pretty cool little car. Toyota Corona. And we got trailers, hoods, parts and pieces. So this is a 55 Chevy LCF, low cab forward. So it has a really cool front clip to it, a real snub nose front clip. I'll show you that here in a minute, sitting in another part of the yard. But this cat has this sitting on a 24 valve Cummins Dodge chassis. It looks like it, I think it's 2-wheel drive. Anyway, he has a plan for that. Hopefully he gets that done someday. Alright, you tractor guys, you know what this is. I think this is a Ford 9N. They have a 2N, a 9N, and an 8N. I'm pretty sure this is a 9N. One of the ways you can tell the difference between a 9N and an 8N, an 8N came later, is the shift pattern. So you got first, second, third, reverse. That might actually be a 2N. But anyway, a 2N and a 9N, they have a 3-speed transmission, and an 8N has a 4-speed transmission. I have an 8N at home that I bought for my brother, or traded. I'm pretty sure that this is either a 2N or a 9N. Cool little tractor. It'd be cool to make a hot rod out of that whole grill and everything. Those rims are awesome. It'd be cool. So, gonna find it hard to believe, but we got ourselves another Toyota straight axle seat down there, 4-wheel drive. This has a little flatbed put on the back of it. And the cat that has this place, he just collects up these Toyotas. He's a Toyota fiend, I guess. Anyway, they just had this sort of as a wood truck, you know. Go out into the woods. This is way up in the mountains. Wood truck. Pretty cool. They don't know I'm out here this morning, but they do know who I am. Hard to believe. Another straight axle Toyota 4-wheel drive. You Toyota guys would love this place. Full of Toyotas. And I think this is Sidewinder Lake. I think they call it a Johnny Popper. That's a funky John Deere tractor. Really cool. Great big flywheel there on the side. And this thing, it's like a hit and miss engine. It goes pop, pop, so it only hits on a power stroke every 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 revolutions, whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure on all this stuff, but really cool tractor. Anyway, let's see some more stuff. Implements all over the place. You know, all this stuff is hard to find, but worth money. Everything's worth money here. You know, an old quad, an old lawnmower. I'm going to show you an old lawnmower up here that is so stinking cool. Hold on. This is a really cool little baby lawnmower. I mean, look at the size of the engine. This is like a little 5-horse in comparison to the size of the tractor. I don't know if you guys can tell it or not. It's only about 4 feet long. It is tiny. Look at how big the seat is in comparison to the rear tires. It's a little Continental. At least I think it's a Continental. Anyway, super awesome. Anyway, we got some parts and pieces. This is like 47 to 53 Chevy. And then we have 55 to 59 Chevy cab. But we have an awesome 68 Camaro. It looks like an SS to me, but it might have just been faked, who knows. And like zero rust, completely buildable, maybe even drivable right now, who knows. Got a little bit of paint pop on the top. Let's see if it's open. Ooh, it is. Oh my goodness, look at how decent that thing is. Needs to be cleaned up. Automatic 68 Camaro. Hope they didn't hear that. And here's the craziest thing. One of the craziest things. 57 GMC. That's the GMC hood, and that's 57 ribs. Maybe 58, but 57. But it's a big window cab. And somebody started chopping it. They were chopping a big window. Crazy. Very hard cab to find. That would be really, really cool. It looks like he's got doors and everything to it. Looks like it's a complete truck. All he needs to have is some cameo bed sides, and that thing would be super awesome. Let's see what else we got. So we got beds. Real nice little step side there for that bedside will run all the way up through 66. Look at that tail light on there. So that is like 64, 5.6. See the little tail light spot there on the fender. That's a desirable bed. Here's the front clip off from the car I was telling you about, the truck, the LCF Viking. All right, here's another insane thing we got going on. Looks to me like they're just using this as a parts car, or they're going to do a cart out of it. You may not be able to tell what that is, but that is like a about a 84 to 94 Corvette. I'm sure they're going to pull the suspension out of it and use that. There's a Porsche transaxle. We got ourselves another bed over here and some parts and pieces. Like I say, it goes from 55 on up through at least 66, maybe longer than that. Check out this little Cushman scooter. Pretty funky. Wouldn't that be awesome with an LS and a transaxle in the back? I know. I think up stupid things. Now check this out. There you go. The roof is caved in. That's easy enough to fix. But man, is this thing in nice shape. Volkswagen bus. sunlight shot. Another VW bus. Very, very, very doable. I'm told that this one runs. He said, I want to kick the roof out and just drive the thing around. I would do it in a heartbeat. So cool. Let's see if it has seats in it. A lot of times people pull the middle seats out of these things to haul stuff and then never put them back in. Well, it's full of stuff. But I don't see any back seats. Who knows? Oh boy, it is a decent bus. Yeah, we got another bed here. Here we have, looks to me to be 67 bed on a later model chassis. Maybe a, yeah, it looks like an OBS chassis on it. Looks to me like they were putting together a pretty cool short bed project on this. Somehow got stalled. Sometimes those things happen. Got a couple square bodies out here. Square body Suburban. I'd imagine they're just using it for parts. That's probably what it is. Got yourself a parts truck here. I'm saving something for you. I'll show you here just in a second. Sorry for the video being so jumpy, but I'm just walking around holding it. It's a combination of me walking and me being an old man. Pretty decent four-wheel drive parts truck, I'd say. Alright, we got more 67 to 72 parts here. Entire front clip, hood, doors. Actually 60. Yeah. That's 68 or 69 to 72 because of the hood. And another parts truck here, Toyota. That's had a few better days. That one's two-wheel drive. And then once more 55 to 59. Let me get a little better look up front. Alright, so 55 to 57. Looks like a pretty solid builder though. Not full of cancer. These usually lose the cab corners. As you can see, those are pretty decent. Got a little bit starting right there. That'd be a very, very, very buildable truck. And another square body parts truck. That looks like it could probably go to the crush. Alright, in one of his little garages over here, he has supposedly a 67 Camaro that's completely built, needs paint. And supposedly he has a 67 Porsche 911. And he started working on it. He's in prime. Some of it's been painted. Anyway, I'm going to go see if we can roll up the door without them knowing. And I'll see if we can see a super awesome project. Check it out. And another part of the yard here is a Funk 6-cylinder conversion on a Ford 9N. So you see the engine. Take a look at it close. I'll try and zoom in. I'm hanging over a fence, so I can't get to it real well. But this conversion on this thing has a 6-cylinder flathead instead of a 4-cylinder flathead. So if you look right there by the steering wheel, there's that aluminum extension so that the front end is long enough. Anyway, they had Funk, F-U-N-K, Funk 6-cylinder and Funk 8-cylinder conversions that they used to do in the 40s and 50s, I guess. This is a 6-cylinder one. In the tractor world, that's a very valuable commodity right there. And then we have sitting over here, looks like just another 8-in or 9-in, maybe 2-in, I don't know. Anyway, let's try and get into that shed. Alright, let's see if this works. it sets. Boy, there's a lot more here than meets the eye. 67 Porsche 911. We got ourselves a Volkswagen engine sitting there for some project, maybe one of the buses out there. Man, this thing looks really decent. And there's the things that he's already started painting. There's a project right there, 2 doors. And then we have, that's an LS project, aluminum block Camaro engine with a 4L60. Independent rear suspension. I don't know if you can see that. It's Corvette. And look, I think he was telling me that he's going to put a 55 Chevy truck on that. Okay, then we have a pretty cool little Honda. I don't know what it is, maybe 110 or something. Looks like a little project. The lighting's poor, but this is just a barn out in the middle of nowhere. 67 Camaro. You can't see very well, but there is no light here. And look at this. Let me get some light off my phone. Hold on. Alright, this lighting is going to help a little bit, but it's still going to be dark. 67 RS SS. And what is an RSSS? That's the SS hood right there with the grills on top. And this is the RS package. It has the hideaway headlights. 67. And I didn't even know this was in here. Check this out. So that looks like to be a 31 Model A truck. And they've taken the rear section of maybe a sedan and made a wide bed. Number one, whoever designed that's incredible. And number two, whoever put it together is doing also an incredible job. I'll try and get up front and see if we can see something else on it. That's the dash they're working on. That's all the front end. Looks to me like independent front suspension. Yeah. Looks sort of like Mustang 2 style, but it's not. That looks like it was built in their own machine shop or something. Anyway, no engine in it right now, but pretty cool. Hey, this is just a little bit of a barn find, yard find, honey hole. None of these projects are for sale. We came across it, tried to negotiate some deals. It's not happening. He knows what he has. But man, he's just got a pile of good stuff here. Apparently he has even more than that somewhere else, but we're not going there. So I'm not going to tell you where it is, but if you do know where this is, don't even bug them. They're not going to do it. But they got some really super cool cars. We appreciate you guys coming out and checking out what we do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave that thumbs up. Leave a like. Make sure that you share the link. Leave a comment. We're really excited you guys came by and spent time with us. And as always, thanks for watching.